Hello guys, this is Tina Tyus, your Christian real estate coach. So I want to give you the 5 things that cause agents to absolutely not make it in the business. So, it's really exciting when you get in the business and you got your license and now you got this pie in the sky thing going. You know that the sky's the limit. You know that there's no limitations on what you can make. The problem is, okay, now how do I do it? And so that's what I hear over and over. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my journey. I started out in 1987. Yes, I was 5. But in 1987, I got my license in real estate and I was so excited. I came from a finance background, so I thought I'll just move from working at the bank to working in real estate and I'll sell everybody a house. Well, I got in the business and I go to the office and I don't know what to do. I get there and I just don't know what to do. And so that turned into me kind of giving up and not doing anything. And eventually I ran out to get a little job. And once that one day of working, that one day of somebody telling me, get here at this time, eat at that time, you can get off at that time, that gave me direction. I knew from there that the first thing I had to do was take charge of my business and treat it like it was a real business, okay? So let's talk about what you should do, and then let's talk about what you may not have been doing as a result of what can make you want to give up, okay? So the very first thing is consistency. If you're going to work for yourself, you got to be more consistent than you've ever been when working for other people. So if you've been working a 9 to 5, you got to make sure at 9 o'clock you are at your station and at 5 o'clock you are finished. Now, let me explain. When you work for yourself, you don't always get to get off at 5. You know how the boss come in and say, hey, you have mandatory overtime? Well, that's what you can expect when you get a real estate. So the consistency is going to be important. Now, the next thing is going to be a daily work schedule. Yeah, if you don't have someone telling you, hey, this is what you do at 8 o'clock to 10, this is what you do from 10 to 12, this is what you do from 12 to 2, then you take lunch, and then you come back. If you don't have someone telling you that, you've got to tell you that. Because if you're not telling yourself, sitting down and making out a plan, then you're going to fail. Because you have to plan. You have to plan every day what you're going to do and make sure you're getting it done. Now, number 4. A lot of times, number 3, I'm sorry. So a lot of times we fail to reach out to people. We lack humility. The Bible says that the meek shall inherit the earth and the fullness thereof. Honey, you got to beg for the business. I think back to when I got started and I would call my aunt. Everybody has an aunt, a cousin, a sister, a friend, somebody who is going to know everybody. And my aunt was the kind of person that anybody and everybody loved her. Anybody and everybody want to talk to her. And so my aunt's name is Dot. I called my aunt Dot and I said, girl, I got to sell houses. I got to find somebody to sell a house to. And I'll never forget, and I don't know if she even remembers this, but she was like, girl, you do? I said, yeah, my broker said I got to sell a house. So she was calling all her friends, girl, Tina got to sell a house. She's going to be lost that job. And so I could just hear her spreading the word, spreading the gospel. But guess what? People started calling me and people started trying to help me. And I didn't mind. Anywhere I go, everywhere I go, I'd ask people for help. Look, I need your help. And that's what you got to learn how to say to every friend, every family member, everybody that you've been trying to impress. Yes, it's okay to let them know you ain't got it going on all the way, because this is what's going to help you to get it going on, okay? So you got to start reaching out to them. Now, the next one, we talked about consistency. We talked about setting up a daily work schedule so you can get yourself in and out. We talked about humility, being able to go out there and ask for what you want. The next thing is that you are now a professional marketer. Everybody that know you should know that you are in real estate. If they don't know that you're in real estate, or if they don't know that you're in insurance, if they don't know that you're a hairdresser, whatever your thing is, people should be able to identify that with you. When I walk in a room, people used to say, when I got started, I had my own little slogan. I'd have my umbrella and I said, whatever the weather, Tina Tyus is out selling homes. I go to other cities and people would say, oh, that's Tina, the umbrella lady. And now people stop me and they say, hey, you're a real estate lady, right? You want to be identifiable with your industry, okay? This is who I am. This is what I do. Now, we know that the reality is this is what I do. This ain't who I am, okay? But for the sake of building your brand and building your business, you got to be able to do that. Now, the next thing, and I know that most people know that this should come first, goal setting. If you don't have a strategic plan of where you're going to get, then you're not going to get there. If I decided right now that I want to travel from where I am to Arkansas, the first thing I probably want to do is go to Google Maps. The first thing that I would want to do is come up with a way to chart my course. So guys, you got to have that plan of action. You got to chart your course. You got to know what's standing in between you and that thing. And the last thing, which is, I know we are on 6, but hey, the last thing is you got to encourage yourself. So you've got to be able to know where those pitfalls are going to lie, because people are going to lie to you, honey. Yes, they're going to say, I'll call you, and they don't. They're going to say, I'm going to buy a house from you, and then you look on Facebook and they cheesing with a soul sign, you know. So you're going to run into some of that, you know, and you got to stay encouraged. You've got to establish your why, and it's got to be really big. It's got to be way bigger than your why nots. Okay, so your why has got to be way bigger than your why nots, because you're going to get why nots every day. People are going to, you're going to call people and they're going to reject you. How big is rejection? Honey, it ain't nothing. Your name, if you tell me no, your name is next. Okay, because I've got to go to the next chart. I've got to go to the next step. I've got to get to where I'm headed. People start looking for outward ways to take care of inward issues. So you've got to remember, you don't have to go from company to company. You don't have to go inactive. You don't have to go look for another job. All you have to do is establish yourself. Set your foot like flint and work the business. It is impossible to work a business from 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock and be consistent and stay focused and not make money. It's impossible. Try it. Okay, so I want you to try it, and I want you to leave me some comments, and I want you to let me know how it's going. And I'm going to be here for you to coach you right on through this thing, right on through the process of real estate. It does work. I've been in the business now over 30 years. It has been life-changing for me and for my children and for their children. So I encourage you to give it a try, to stick with it. I've got a great book out there, So You Want to Flip Houses, because I believe that you're supposed to take your business and explode it in all of the different facets. So I encourage you to go on Amazon.com, look up Tina Tyus, So You Want to Flip Houses, grab that book. It'll give you more than just flipping houses, give you spiritual principles, give you natural ways to get credit scores up, stuff you can use for your clients. It's going to give you natural ways to start building a portfolio and even properties you can keep. So that's it for today, but thank you for your time and for sharing it with me. Don't forget to like my page. Don't forget to subscribe.